What's up, guys? I'm going to show you a 1977 Nova. This is a project that I've had since high school, and my dad bought it for us, and we just kind of drove it to school when we were kids. We thought that we were sweet, and it had a 305 in it. It was pretty original all the way up through school and everything, and then finally I got a hold of it, and now I've done some changes. So I'm going to show you some of the changes I've made, some of the things I plan to do, and you can tell this thing is a work in progress. So first off, we went with a 355 in it. It had a 305. We ended up switching to a 355, and it came with Vortec heads. If you know anything about Vortec heads, they were cracked, and it was actually pushing back through the radiator, blew up in my face. So now we've got nice aluminum heads that were built by CPM in Mooresville, Indiana. So I definitely recommend those guys. I'll post pictures up as we go through this, but the engine compartment was like super cluttered. We got rid of the heater and AC. Eventually we're going to go with a classic air, vintage air system. So that's pretty much the engine. I'll try to fire this thing up. It's been a while, but I'll try to fire it up later in this video. Here's possibly the worst part of this car right now, and it is the body. And it's because I'm kind of halfway through doing the body work on it, and I've had to kind of hit a stopping point here because my welder's all jacked up, so I'm trying to fix it. I will show you where I'm at so far. I'm kind of having to do it panel by panel because I don't have too much time. So I'm just going panel by panel, making sure that all the metal is good, trying to, you know, fabricate any metal that I need to put back in there. And I'm also going to be ordering some patch panels, but I'll show you where I'm at. So as far as the driver's side goes, this is actually the color it was when I had it in high school. And I've kind of been doing some body work on the top. I've got some of the quarters done. We've got an issue down here, so we're going to have to get a patch panel for that. Got this whole rear part of the quarter here. I was able to save most of it, but again, down here at the bottom, it's all rotted out. The trunk here is an absolute disaster. As you can see, I had to take this piece out. It was pretty rough. Welded in a new piece, did some body work on it, and it actually turned out pretty good. So the trunk here is an absolute mess. This whole backside here will have to be cut and new metal welded in. So that'll be a chore. Then again, same thing over here. I've got rotted out quarters on the back. And then this rocker panel is worse than anything I've ever seen. It's absolutely awful. It's not too far gone. There's a lot of rust, but it's not horrible. All right, so moving to the inside. I did these door panels myself. I thought those turned out pretty good. These seats were done by some guy here locally that does boat upholstery, but those turned out really good. This is just all dust here and needs cleaned, but I built this center console here with a B&M shifter. This door, obviously I've been body working the other side, so I've got it kind of stripped down, but overall the inside is actually in really good shape. All right, so enough talking. Let's get this thing fired up. First start in like a month, so bear with me. Ooh, she's coming alive. Alright, so there it is. I'm actually amazed that this thing ran for about 10 minutes straight. No issues, because I have an electric choke on there, but the electric choke is dialed back, so it doesn't do anything. So firing this thing up and for it to start like that, especially on a day like today. I think today was supposed to be 8 degrees, a low of 8. So for it to survive through a night like that last night and fire right up makes me feel good. The idea for this thing is to take it down a drag strip and just let it rip. Like I want this thing to be able to just throw me back in the seat. I don't really have any, idea exactly of how far I want to take it, but we will see, and you guys need to subscribe and follow along, and also be waiting for the other project vehicle because that will be coming very soon. So anyways,